So this is a quickie class called Pelvic Shenanigans for those of you that want to experience a little bit more ease in your sacrum. Maybe you have instability there. And also those of you that want to explore a little bit more of your full range of movement in your pelvis. So it's a class to make your pelvis a bit more clever. We're going to start on the back in constructive rest. So if you bring yourself down and make sure your feet are not too close and not too far from your pelvis to start. And there's a neat little trick we can use to also even the feet width ways. If you step your feet together and gently, very gently, tapping the ankle bones, you get a sense of being in the middle of the ankle bones. And then walk the feet out, heels out, and then toes out until you are at a kind of parallel position. And take a moment there, rest your arms, and feel into the weight of your pelvis. So this is the anchor in the middle of the body and a really important junction point for everything that is above and everything that is below. And we're going to start just with breath. And I'd like to invite you to take your breath between your navel and your pubic bone, so that lower quadrant of the belly, all the way down into the hips if that feels comfortable for you. So let the swell of the breath take you towards a gentle arch. And then as you release out of that in-breath, let that gravity help take you back towards a flatten. And just as much breath as is necessary here. Sometimes if you have a very unstable sacrum, too much breath in the lower body is not necessarily a good thing. So calibrate how much breath here. And consider this now, straight down the middle, as a 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock line. So 12 o'clock will be at your belly button, and 6 o'clock will be at your pubic bone or tailbone. And see if you can steer a true course straight down the midline. And then pause. And consider now east-west instead of north-south and go side to side. So it's a pelvic rock. You're shifting the weight to the right pelvic half, traveling across the sacrum, shifting the weight to the left pelvic half. And I could take this further. So I could go all the way into a twist, letting the knees drop. But I'm choosing to keep my awareness in the bones of the pelvis. So I have a right pelvic half, as do you, a sacrum, and a left pelvic half. And the sacrum is the bone that mediates right and left. Spine grows out of sacrum. So just get a sense of east-west or 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock. And then cross right leg over left, fairly snug in your cross, and do the same thing now. So just a little bit more weight in this rock. Staying very mindful of how you move. And in this idea of giving weight. And change your cross, left leg over right, snug again in the inner legs, back and forth. On whatever breath feels appropriate today. Could choose to inhale as the knees go over and exhale to come back. You could exhale as the knees go over and inhale, go down into the pelvis to come back. And then uncross that second leg. Go back to 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock now, your arch and your flatten, except do it over on the right hand side. So you bring your hand onto your right ASAS here in the front. I'm going to shift the weight slightly over to the right, drawing a straight line, the back of the pelvis on the floor. So if you're visual, you can imagine physically drawing that line. And then come through center, shift your weight to the left, drawing a straight line now on the left pelvic half, up, down, 12-6. Notice how that feels. Can you continue to give weight? Can it be smooth? Can it be easy? And then come back to neutral. We have 2 more lines in our square to fill in. Go to a flatten now and go east-west, or 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock in your flatten. And you'll notice if you bring your hands onto your 2 ASASs, these sticky out bones in the front of the pelvis, your anterior superior iliac spine, you can see why we say ASAS for short, you'll notice that one goes up and one goes down. So you shift east-west, west-east. And then pause there. Come through neutral and go towards an arch and fill in the last part of your square. So you're going east-west in a slightly arched position in the back. Again, your ASASs will do this little dance. One goes up and one goes down. And from there, without thinking about it too much, and those of you that know me might know that this is coming, from this bottom part of the square, can you draw all of 4 lines? So you go, for example, north-south on the right, and then across, and then down, and then across, tracing up the right-hand side, across in the flatten, down the left-hand side, and across in the arched position. Up on the right, across in the flatten, down on the left, across in the flatten in the arched position, and then change direction. So you're ending up going up on the left, across in the arch, down on the right, across in the flatten. Now keep going. One of these ways will feel strange. And then see what it's like, whichever direction you are going, to shave the corners off your square and make a circle. And as you're circling, see what it's like to really clearly greet all of the parts of your clock. And then go the other way. So see if you can mentally trace 1 to 12 in your mind's eye. That might be a little easier if you have your eyes closed. And then pause. Just take a moment here. Let your breath travel wherever it wants to travel. We're going to get slightly fancier with our clock. So let's say that 12 o'clock is at your belly button and 6 o'clock is at your pubic bone. So go back 12 to 6. 12, you're going to flatten. 6, you're going to arch. 12 to 6. Keep going 12 to 6, and I have my hands on here to help. You might find this more useful the first couple of times that you do this. Clocking 12 with your fingers, clocking 6. And then move the hands so that you go 1, 7. Diagonal line 1, 7. 1, 7. 2, 8. 2, you draw a line between those 2 places in the clock. 2, 8, 2, 8, 3, 9. Your hands will be on your ASISs. 3, 9. 3, 9. And this one's kind of the easy one because it's straight across. 3, 9. 4, 10. 4, 10. One more. 4, 10. 5 o'clock. 11 o'clock. 5, 11. 5, 11. 6, 12. So here we go. Easy one again. Straight up and down, straight down. 6, 12. 6, 12. 7, 1. 7, 1. 7, 1. 2, 8. 2, 8. 2, 8. 3, 9. 3, 9. 3, 9. 4, 10. 4, 10. 4, 10. 5, 11. 5, 11. We're almost there. Well done for hanging in there. 5, 11. 5, 11. 6, 12. 6, 12. 6, 12. And then forget about the whole kit and caboodle now and just make circles. You're going to circle through all of the parts of your clock in one direction. You might feel this recruits a lot of your core abdominal muscles to do this. And then circle the other way. Good. Let your legs slide out. Have a rest. And then whenever you're ready, finding your way back up to sit again. I hope you enjoyed something new. Maybe it felt a little bit novel. If you like that sort of movement, there's lots of happy hips, happy spine, happy low back movements within my Somatics series. So I hope to see you again soon. Namaste.